MLB The Show has baseball for you under the lights at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Tonight, game 2 of this 3-game series between the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. Stay tuned for Phillies baseball next. Scott Kazmir, a Texas-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. What do you have for us on him, H?
Well, Matt, this guy's not going to blow you away. He's a consistent major league pitcher. Look, his ERA last year a little bit over 4, but he takes the baseball. And he's a guy that's going to take his lumps, but he's going to keep coming back at you. And I think we'll probably see that kind of performance today.
Here's Eric Young Jr. now. And we are set for baseball here this evening.
Jr.
And a cold strike on the game's first pitch as we bring you this one here tonight. These Phillies, Harold, as they enter play here tonight, they enter this one off a loss after winning 5 of 7 prior to that.
Well, Matt, I mean, the simple way to put it, they lost their last game. This is where baseball comes the best to me, where all the cliches come in. You got to have a short-term memory, and you really do. The game's over. You can't do anything about it. You got to come back today and play better and win.
And now here's the starting 9 for the visiting Atlanta Braves. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, Matt, keep an eye on that number 2 spot. This guy has world-class speed, guys. He can fly. I love watching him run. So if you like watching a guy take over a game with his legs, he's your guy.
Here's Emilio Bonifacio now. And he's hoping to get things turned around here in April, entering play with an average down in the 220s. Into the windup and the pitch. And a feeble swing that time. It's 0-1. Good night for scarves and mittens. It's 48 degrees here at first pitch. And the pitch. And this is high, a ball and a strike. And there are our umpires for this one. Working the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Now, Matt, Dave Lawrence is going to remind you a lot of James Kingsley. He comes from that old school of if you hit your spots, he's going to call it. He has a tendency to call one side of the plate a little bit more than the other.
And that misses. 2-1.
2-1.
And the pitch on 2-1. Down the third baseline, but this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Push softly over toward the right side, and he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first.
Batting third baseman Chris Johnson.
Here's Chris Johnson now. It's been a really slow start to the season for him, as you can see by the April numbers on your screen. First pitch of the at-bat. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. The windup and the 0-1. Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
There's that tight slider right there. Just missed getting under the hands. That's a good pitch. I like that pitch. But if you don't get it where you want it, it could be a dangerous pitch to throw.
Johnson awaits the 1-1. Looks at a slider over the outer half for strike 2.
Well, now it's a 1-2 count. He's throwing the same pitch 3 times in a row. He got ahead with it. Now let's see if he puts him away with it.
1-2. Here it comes. Hot shot to third. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Kazmir in the first. Now it'll be the Phillies' turn. No score. Mike Minor gets the ball for Atlanta in this one. HR, what's the word on him?
Matt, last year he was one of the better pitchers in all of baseball. ERA under 3, and as a starting pitcher to have an ERA under 3, that tells you a lot about how good and durable he is. So I'm looking for him to have another big season, and maybe that starts with this game right here.
In now is Anthony Rendon. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Third baseman, Anthony Rendon.
The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. H, these Braves, as they take the field here tonight, they're on a nice little run. Winners of 4 of their last 5 ball games.
Well, man, I mean, the road trip got off to a great start. I mean, they got great pitching and defense yesterday, and you win a game, you hold them down to low score. You feel good, and really, you win championships by pitching and defense. And if you can hold teams to low scores, you're going to win a lot of games. So that's what they're preaching today as they head into this ball game.
And now a pitch on the way. A high fastball is in there. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Dribbled to the right side. And a good throw gets him 1 gone. A moment now to check out the hometown Phillies starting lineup. Who stands out to you, Danny?
Well, if you're on the mound, you better be careful with Maikel Franco. This guy hit over 340 last year. An incredible season. I watched him one day take a ball to left field, then he took one to right field, then he took one back up the middle. He puts together so many hits and has such a great swing that there's no wonder he hits over 340.
Here comes the first pitch. Curtis Granderson is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. And this is going to find its way into left for a 1-out knock.
Well, they put the shift on him, overloading the right side, but they pitch him away. And he shoots the ball that way and picks up the base hit to left field. I don't know why guys don't do that more often.
Now at the plate, Brandon Jordan, currently 9th in the NL in hitting, entering play. First pitch on its way. And a fastball just a bit high. Here it comes, 1-0. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it.
Now with the 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in.
Here he comes on 2-0. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
We're seeing a good AB here from the 3-hole hitter. If he can work a walk or pick up a hit here, he's going to put that cleanup guy in a really good position to do some damage in this first inning.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with 1 away.
And with the bases empty, you don't feel bad about walking that guy. He's capable of taking deep every time he digs in, so it's not the worst thing in the world to work around him if you can.
Stepping up now, Maikel Franco. First at bat for him in this one. He was 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night. From the stretch, swing and a little tapper, but it gets foul. First and second now, 1 man out. And there's ball 1.
Matt, in last night's game, this is the situation right here. They didn't do a very good job driving guys in with runs in scoring position. Right here, you got a guy in scoring position. You got to capitalize and drive in. If you swung at a bad pitch last night, get a good pitch to drive right here.
And a neck-high fastball that time.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Granderson leads from second. Here's the pitch. Easy there, big fella. 2-2.
Well, that changeup right there sets up a lot of things. Now the count's 2-2. He'd come back in with a fastball, and it's going to look like it's moving a little bit better. Or he can go back to that changeup.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And this is down at knee level as it's chopped foul at home plate. Another 2-2 offering. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
Now at the plate, Jose Bautista. He comes in with a 6-game hitting streak to his credit, so he'll look to keep that rolling in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Nope,
and that slider's almost in the dirt.
0-1, no strike.
Two men are on with 2 men out. Hit back up the middle. Simmons has it. Throw on to first is in time, and the Phillies are turned away. They get nothing out of this situation as the inning is over. Phillies leave a couple, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Standing in, Logan Morrison. He'll start things out against Scott Kazmir as we get the inning underway. Into the windup and the pitch. And a slider on the inside for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Ball swung on and hit high down the line in left, but it'll get back in among the crowd, so the count holds at 0-2. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-2. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Back-to-back sliders away. Now I think you have to think about running something hard in. Not a good idea to throw a good hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row.
2-2 count. Here it comes. Cutter, and it doesn't make it back. 3-2.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
Line toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Boy, that was a heck of an at-bat. Worked the count full. Pitcher thought for sure he'd be looking fastball. He got a breaking ball, stayed with it, and got the base hit. That's about as good as it's going to get right there.
In now is Andrelton Simmons, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's ready for his first at bat of this early season contest. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Way outside. 1-2. Ready on 1-2. Pitch popped up. BELTRE is there for it. 1 down.
All right, here's how the Phillies line up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. In this day and age, with analytics and the shift applied all over the field, this team is old school. They may be a dinosaur. They don't shift as much as everybody else. They play that stationed, standard baseball.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Patrick Kenny. First swings for him in this one, with a runner still at first and 1 gone. First pitch on its way. And the changeup is way low that time. Here it comes, 1-0. And there he goes towards second. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Look over by Kazmir. Now the pitch. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Hit in the air to right field. Jordan has a play. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. And he will scurry back to first, as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Batting 7th, catcher Christian BETANCOURT.
Now at the plate, Christian BETANCOURT. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. No score here as we play inning number 2. Outside, 3-0 now. He's set. Here's the 3-0. A slider that just grabs the outside corner.
Now that's a really curious pitch selection. 3-0 and turned to the slider. You have to wonder if maybe he's lost the feel for his fastball.
Three balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. And this pitch misses for ball 4. So that's going to move a runner into scoring position now with 2 away.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
Ready now, Juan Glynn. The early season numbers look very good as he is up over 400 here to begin the campaign. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. In the dirt here. The runners will stay put. However, the count evens at 1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Jammed him there as this is rolled out to short. Franco has it, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. 2 left for Atlanta. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. Stepping up to the plate, Adrian Beltre. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Adrian Beltre.
And this is fouled back and out of play. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
Now this is swung on and missed by Beltre, and he's down on strikes for the first out.
All right, here's how the Braves line up defensively, brought to you by Majestic.
Batting 7.
At shortstop, ANDRELTON Simmons. I love watching this kid throw, and so does everybody else. But the play I like watching him throw on is the relay. He'll be out there on a relay play. You get the ball in his hands, and that runner going from third to home is probably going to be out. He's got a cannon.
At the plate, Woody Francis. He's back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Now the pitch. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. Bottom of the second here with no score. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Glynn on the move, and that's the second out of the inning.
Batting 8. Second baseman, Brock Holt.
Here's Brock Holt now. The average in the early season not pretty for him, hovering in the 220s. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. 0-2, here it comes. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
On 0-2, you'll sometimes get a guy to chase a fastball out of the zone away or up, but when it's way down like that, it's much easier to lay off because you can tell the ball is moving further away from eye level as it comes in.
Minor ready with a 1-2. And he'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Well, he tried to put him away on 2 pitches low in the zone, and he just wasn't biting. Nice job of hitting.
He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And that slider must have been low. It's ball 3.
That was another good pitch and a tough call that could have gone either way. He couldn't get him to bite on it again, so the count's gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt. Betancourt's got it. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Back with more on this fine Saturday night following this. So striding in, Mike Minor. 9-1-2 due up.
36. Mike Minor.
Now here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike. Now the 0-1. And he lays off for ball 1. 1-1. Here it comes. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1.
Well, these are just extra pitches that are just going to add to your pitch count. He's not trying to work around him, and no reason to, but sometimes you just lose the strike zone for no apparent reason.
Now here's the pitch. To 2-2 now. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Now, I know he struck out there, but for a pitcher, that's a pretty solid at bat. Anytime you can make an opposing pitcher out there work and throw quite a few more extra pitches, that's a quality AB in my book.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Eric Young Jr. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And a ball 1-0. One-0 count. Here it is. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Well, we all know he's not the greatest threat with the bat up there. His numbers certainly aren't that pretty. But, hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here. 2-0
count and the pitch. Look out. All over the place now. 3-0.
Hey, that's a classic piece of pitching right there. You have to back hitters away from the plate to make them a little bit uncomfortable. Now you can go inside or outside. I like that purpose pitch.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
That's the perfect pitch after you've just brushed a guy back. The hitter probably isn't sitting up there thinking you're going to flip something soft up there.
Hit on the ground out to short. There is Franco. Throw to first gets him, so Kazmir's looking good to start the inning.
Now batting, second baseman, Emilio Bonifacio.
Ready for another chance? Emilio Bonifacio. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First pitch on its way. Lays off 1-0. Third inning, no score to this point. Fastball hit on the ground is short. Franco fields it cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Braves. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Stepping in, Scott Kazmir. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
Scott Kazmir.
First pitch of the at-bat. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
He looks really strong here early in this game, and that fastball is a good example. Put that thing in a great spot and right where he wanted it.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Kenny sprinting after it. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away. Still early in the season, of course, but we'll give you a look nonetheless at our standings to this point in April. Digging in for his second at-bat, Anthony Rendon. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. First offering on its way. And that's in there for strike one. Oh and 1. Here it comes. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now. 0 and 2. Chopped weakly to the left. in time to first, and there are 2 away.
Center fielder, number 3, Curtis Granderson.
In is Curtis Granderson.
And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Down and away. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Slider stayed too low. Ball 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Digging in, Chris Johnson. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Chris Johnson.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a high strike there. 0-1.
Well, he's really having good success in this game. And, you know, looking at it, you go, how's he doing it? Well, it's surely not the first pitch strike. I mean, he's a little over 60% first pitch strikes. That's good. It's not great. For the type of success he's having, you can't figure it out.
Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Nope.
Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Swing and a line drive, but this will be a foul ball. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
In now, Logan Morrison, as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. A base hit in his first trip. Set to deliver the 0-1. Good cutter there, and he's got him behind the 8 ball now. 0-2.
He's really put himself now in a position where he's got to battle. Took the first 2 strikes, didn't swing, and now you just grind out the AB.
2-strike pitch is chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again.
I like the pitch right there. Got him to chase a fastball out of the zone. I'd come back with it again.
And he starts to go after it. Question was, did he hold up in time? Yes, indeed, says the third base umpire. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
Kind of pitching him backwards in this AB. Soft stuff early, then those last 2 were fastballs, trying to get it right by him.
Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now. 3-2. And a changeup couldn't get him to bite, and it's ball 4.
2 ways to look at this walk. If you're the hitting coach, you say that's a great AB. Down 0-2 and you work the walk. But if you're a pitcher like me, that's just a case of letting a guy off the hook, and that can really frustrate you.
Digging in to try it again, Andrelton Simmons. He's 0 for 1 thus far. He's set. Here it comes. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
A lot of times you'll see the take sign after 5 straight balls to start the inning, but with the middle of the order up at the plate here, I wouldn't be surprised if he's turned loose. Just has to be the right pitch to hack at.
The 1-0 delivery. He's running towards second. And this is going to be a foul ball. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors so far for Atlanta. A little bouncer. And this is going to work out for him. It's an infield single to make it first and second now.
Infield single, as innocent as it may sound, that might be a rally starter right there.
So striding forward now, Patrick Kenny comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First offering on its way. Tough slider down low for a strike.
Tell you what, I'm already taking inventory in the 4th inning here, Matt. His secondary pitch has really been effective. He's used it well. He's getting a lot of good results from it. I just wonder if they're going to make an adjustment as the game continues.
Now a fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. I had him lunging there as he's just able to tap it foul at home plate. One and two, here it comes. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
And this guy loves to throw the slider, and it's a very effective pitch for him. But here's the flip side of that coin. He starts this one too far inside and plunks the hitter.
Settling in now, Christian BETANCOURT. He drew a walk his first time up. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And that one stayed up a little high.
With the infield back and a runner at third, he's definitely pitching for a strikeout or maybe something like a harmless pop-up. You could see it from that high fastball, but that was just a good job of laying off that pitch.
Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a liner. Foul. Bases are loaded here, 1 man out. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, when the pressure starts to intensify, it often feels like the strike zone gets harder and harder to hit. This is a big spot here.
The 2-1 on its way. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Bases are loaded with only 1 out. Weekly hit to third. And indeed, he'll take only the out at first as the run comes in to score.
Really good job of putting the ball in play right there. Even though it wasn't a base hit, it does bring the go-ahead run for his team.
Striding in once again, Juan Glynn. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Braves will settle for just the 1. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. The Braves lead it 1-0. So stepping in, Brandon Jordan. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest.
Number 25.
Into the windup and the pitch. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
Matt, I don't know if you know this, but less than 60% of his first pitches have been for a strike. And he's still having a good game. I don't know what he's doing. They just haven't been able to figure him out.
Squared that one up just a little late. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Another 0-2 coming. To short. Simmons is there. No problem here. One away.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Michael Franco.
Coming to the plate now, Michael Franco. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And, oh, looked inside, but that's ruled as strike. Nothing in 1. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Minor ready with a 1-2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Now the pitch. Too high. Ball 3. On deck is Jose Bautista. 1 out, nobody on. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Well, it's been a rough series for him at the plate so far. That's 4 strikeouts in the first 2 games, so this pitching staff clearly has him figured out.
Into the box now, Jose Bautista. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. Now the pitch. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. And he pulled the string a bit too sharply there on a curveball as it's down around the shoe tops. Minor has his target. Here he comes on 2-2. And now this ball's lifted in the air down the right field line, but this will get back into the seats, so the count holds at 2-2. And another foul ball. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
I got to commend him for being a really tough out right now. Not everyone will battle like this with 2 outs and nobody on.
Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. Sliced hard but foul. Look out over there.
That is the 4th foul ball of this AB right here. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And he struck him out. So he was forced to make 9 pitches that at bat, but he'll take it as the inning is over. Phillies down in order. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Coming to the plate now, Mike Minor. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Mike Minor.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. First pitch of the at-bat. A cold strike on the inside corner. Lays off the circle change there. A ball and a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2.
He hasn't used that pitch much this game. That's one he's been working on the bullpen, and now he's brought it into the game. If he's able to incorporate that in his stuff, look out.
Now here's the pitch. Popped up. Franco is there for it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Up next for Atlanta, center fielder Eric Young Jr.
Digging in now, Eric Young Jr. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt. The first pitch lifted in the air to shallow center field. In there, a base hit.
Well, that first pitch single right there is something we haven't seen much this game. Maybe they'll be more aggressive now, jumping first pitch instead of finding themselves in the hole. A lot of the at-bats we've seen in this game so far.
Here's Emilio Bonifacio now. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting 1 out could be a challenge.
And now they've got him picked off.
You know the defense wants that play back. They had him totally picked off when he took off early, but they just couldn't finish him off. We'll see if that comes back to bite him here.
Now the 1-0 to Bonifacio. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. That's stolen base number 6 now on the year. Here he comes on 2-0. Line to the right side, and that's in there. Base hit. Young is on his way home. Now the relay home is in time, and he's cut down at the plate as they team up to gun him down.
The batter number 23, third baseman
Here's Chris Johnson now. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. Good fastball there by Kazmir. 0-1.
Well, that was a big 2-out single we just saw, and for pretty obvious reasons. The inning went from totally under control to now. He's got to deal with some dangerous hitters here with a runner on base, and this is how 2-out rallies start.
That last pitch, number 80 for Kazmir. Now he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And a dive, but he's back. And another snap throw to the bag. Runner back safely. 2 out with the man at first. And again he'll snap one over to first. Being especially careful here. Comes set with the 0-1. Pitches a cold strike. The throw way late, and he's in there easily at second.
Well, they threw over there multiple times thinking he was going to try to swipe that bag, so they were onto him, but he just waited it out and took off when he had the chance. Nice job of base running there.
2 out here and a runner at second. swinging a soft liner. And the stolen base winds up as a moot point as the inning is over. One left for Atlanta, but they're on top 1-0. Stepping into the box, Adrian Beltre. He leads off in the bottom of the fifth as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
Into the windup and the pitch. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. Now here it comes. 2-0 now.
Remember, he was a strikeout victim last time up, but this at bat seems to be a totally different direction. He's showing good patience now, and he's got a real good count at 2-0.
Beltre sitting on the 2-0. Takes a high fastball for a strike. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Johnson to take it to third.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. And that's taken high for a ball. It's full now. 3-2.
Well, they haven't had a lot of offense in this game. Right now, though, you got 3 balls here. Maybe this will be the leadoff walk that gets things going for them.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And we'll see another pitch here as this ball's chopped foul at home plate. He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. And he lets him off the hook there as this isn't even close for ball 4.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
At the plate, Woody Francis comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. He's set, and the pitch. And a fastball just a bit up. A runner at first with no outs here. Runners on the move for second. Swing and a liner. Foul. On its way is pitch number 75. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Hit in the air out to straightaway left. Glynn has a play. 1 out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the 5th, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just 1 hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. Here's Brock Holt now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw. The tag from Simmons, and he is out at second base.
Very well could have been a hit-run attempt there, but you kind of have to make contact for those to work out. He didn't, and his teammate was hung out to dry at second.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Grounded to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Phillies go down quietly there. It remains 1-0. Ready once again, Logan Morrison. Due up for the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, and they're hoping that this is the part of the lineup that can get something going.
Yeah, only 1 run on the board so far for them. They just haven't had consistently good at bats.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Jordan racing back. Gone to lead off the inning. It's a solo home run for Logan Morrison. Second home run early in the year, and it's given Atlanta a 2-0 lead.
Boy, that's a late mistake that could prove to be fatal. It's only a solo shot, but with the way their starter is throwing it, that could be enough to seal the deal.
Here comes the Phillies skipper on his way out toward the mound, and that's going to spell the end of the evening for Scott Kazmir. He'll wind up lasting just 5 innings here. Didn't pitch all that poorly, yet he's gone nonetheless. Matt McCormick takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Matt McCormick. Up next for Atlanta.
In now is Andrelton Simmons.
Andrelton.
So go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory.
Base is empty here with nobody out. And he takes a cold strike up and out over the plate. 0-2. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. After it is Granderson. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away.
Atlanta. Right fielder Patrick Kenny.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Patrick Kenny. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. Now some action in the Phillies bullpen as a right-hander begins to crank it up out there. And he'll start him with a high strike here on the fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Wow, not sure what that was, but talking about having your mind made up you're going to swing before the pitcher even throws a pitch. I don't know how you swing at that pitch.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And he chased it in the dirt. And the throw to first is there to record the 2nd out.
Now batting.
Ready for another shot now. Christian Bethancourt. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Tough slider down low for a strike. 2 out, nobody on. And he takes this one high. 1-1. Slider just off the black there, and it's to 2-1 now. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. And Beltre will make the catch to retire the side. 1 for the Braves in the inning, and it comes courtesy of the long ball. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's now 2-0 Atlanta. Drew Stubbs He's going to come off
And
the
hitting
bench
for the
as he'll be
Phillies,
asked to lead off the
number
bottom of
16,
inning number 6.
Drew Starr.
He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Ball 2 now. Too high, and it's 3-0.
Ball 3 to a leadoff hitter that can run. Not the greatest way to start this right here. I think right now you really have to start pouring some pitches into that strike zone.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
Well, this offense finds themselves struggling right now, and they're down a few runs. They got to try to manufacture, get somebody on, maybe hit and run, and then you look for the big ball. Looks like right now everybody's swinging for the downs. They got to turn it around a little bit, play a little small ball, get it going.
And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th.
And that's what you want from your leadoff hitter. Shows some great patience and discipline, making the pitcher labor to start the game. The result is a leadoff walk and a chance to make some early noise.
Smoke toward third, and a sliding try there at third, but it skips by him, a base hit.
Well, nice piece of hitting on that first pitch, but one thing that he didn't do is allow that base runner a chance to steal. He might have stole the bag, and now you're looking at maybe get him over or drive him in with the base hit.
In is Curtis Granderson.
And he's looking to make something happen here with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, early in the count, expect him to look for a ball to drive. If he gets 2 strikes against him, he'll need to change his plan and focus on moving the runners up. This game is too close to get greedy.
And that's dead center for strike 1.
Boy, the Phillies have been looking for some offense all game long. They've yet to find it. Let's hope they can find it pretty soon.
Now the 0-1. Looking at a tough pitch called a strike.
He's in a tough spot right now, 0-2. This is one of those at-bats. You look back and you go, I got to get the man over. But now 0-2, you just got to try to make contact now.
A pause and the 0-2. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
This is a big spot right here. 2 runners on. You got a 0-2 count. You waste one. Now you make it work. Throw one in the dirt. Throw one high. Make him chase it, and you got a chance to strand those runners on base.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Has a look, now the pitch. And that's swung on and fouled straight back.
One thing you try to do as a hitter is figure out what pattern the pitcher is pitching. I can't cover the whole plate. He's done a masterful job of pounding him on the outside half for strikes, and they haven't figured it out yet.
2-2 count. Here it comes. In front of the changeup there as this is chopped foul at home plate.
Well, he's out in front of that changeup. I think, Matt, that was a result of the fastball the pitch before. He's throwing so hard, you got to honor that fastball in that situation.
And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3. Very weakly on the ground. And he indeed takes only the out at first as the runners move to second and third with 1 away now.
Now batting, right fielder, Brandon Jordan.
Digging in to try it again, Brandon Jordan comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First delivery to him on the way. And that one right down Main Street.
This is a big at bat. You're down 2 right here, and they're sitting with runners in scoring position. Put the ball in play. He's got to pick up something. Just keep the chain moving. This is a big at bat.
Second and third here, 1 man out. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball.
Matt, he's thrown 2 pitches right down the middle and got away with them. I don't think he should go back there again, but he's got to locate a little bit better if he wants to put him away. This guy's too good a hitter.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a slider bounces, and that'll get on by. And the run will score on the wild pitch. My goodness.
Wow, the pitcher has no one to blame but himself. Man on third, he just uncorks one. The runner alertly takes off immediately and gets their first run of the game just handed to him on a silver platter.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
All right, no more hoping he's going to chase. It's 2-2 now. You've got to come up with the best pitch right here because this is definitely a strikeout situation.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Moving under it, Young. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And this will get into the books as a sac fly and an RBI, and we are tied at 2.
A great job there by this power hitter. Known for driving the ball out of the ballpark. Does the job right there with the sac fly and brings the run home.
Ready for another chance? Michael Franco. And he's likely just trying to put one in play here. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far. Minor's ready. First pitch on its way. And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1.
Right here, he's looking to get himself into a good hitter's count so he can take a rip and maybe give his team the lead. He certainly has the power.
Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it off.
And he lays off upstairs, but it's ruled a strike, and he can't believe it. 1-2. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on just 1 lone hit, no errors, and no one left on base. 7th inning coming up, and we are tied 2-2. Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park here in Philadelphia. All tied at 2 apiece as we get set to start the 7th. But before we do, let's have a look at our game summary through the first 6. Brian Morris is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 57, Brian Morris.
Digging in once again, Juan Glynn. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far.
Juan Glynn.
In there for strike 1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. A high fastball is in there.
He got 2 pitches that were up that were very hittable, and he just couldn't pull the trigger. It's one thing if you take 1 pitch, but to take him twice, I don't know where his concentration is right now, Matt.
And he missed with it. It's 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And here's a ball lifted back toward the stands in right, so we'll try it again at 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. And this is fouled at the plate. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
Count is full. Here's the pitch. And he lays off. Ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Man, when the game is tied, the last thing you can afford to do is walk the leadoff hitter. Got to focus on getting that ground ball now.
Freddie Freeman will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 5, Freddie Freeman.
And that slider's almost in the dirt. That average way up there to start things out. 1 home run and 7 driven in. Here comes the 1-0. Runner goes for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
Hey, it's not easy to steal on a catcher that has a good arm, but he did just that and beats that throw into second base.
Now a look and a throw back to second. And the runner back in standing. Into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Quinn rounds third and is digging for the plate. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's a 3-2 ball game. And that certainly represents a career milestone. Hit number 1,000.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. 1,000 isn't a milestone that's going to get everyone talking, but as an individual, you have to feel pretty good about it. He'll definitely be wanting that ball for his trophy case.
Here's Eric Young Jr. now, as he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. Nobody out, runner on first. Skied into straightaway right. Jordan will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first.
Now batting, second baseman, Emilio Bonifacio.
Digging in and looking for more, Emilio Bonifacio. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. From the stretch. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1.
Now, I'm sure these infielders know it, but this hitter can burn down the baseline. So if he puts a ground ball in play, the defense is going to have to make a perfect turn to turn 2.
Now the 1-0 to Bonifacio. And this is a fastball that's right on the black, but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. With the first baseman holding the runner on, it's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
2-0 count, and the pitch. Hit hard but fouled off toward the dugout. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Just a bit low, ball 3.
Well, now he's coming behind 3-1, and all the pitches have been down. He's trying to get that double play ball, but the strategy has to change now. Now he's got to throw a strike.
Three balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with 1 away.
Right about now, the manager's questioning his decision to bring this guy in. If you can't trust a reliever to throw strikes, you can't trust him at all. We'll see if he comes to get him sooner than later.
Digging in, Chris Johnson. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1.
Hey, 2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
The 1-0 delivery. Sent on the ground out to second. There's one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. More from the show. Saturday baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Simon Whitney gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Simon Whitney.
Striding in once again, Jose Bautista. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th.
Bautista.
Starts things here with a changeup for a called strike. The pitch. And he misses with it, 1-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Just reached back and threw a high fastball right by him. He didn't stand a chance.
The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a 1-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
Adrian Beltre stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. Here it comes, 1-0. And a fastball just a bit high.
Wow, that's what a veteran hitter will do, right? Takes 2 really good pitches, both just missing the strike zone, and puts himself into a good 2-0 hitter's count.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Woody Francis is on deck. He's set. Here's the 3-0. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Hey, 3 of those pitches were definitely out of the zone, but that last pitch looked pretty darn good to me. You're not usually going to get many favorable calls on 3-0, though. You have to earn that spot.
Stepping in now, Woody Francis, as the first pitch misses to him. It's ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. From the stretch, runners off for second. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw. Ball's there, and he is out. Good throw.
Clearly, they were hoping to be aggressive and doing some running tonight, but I think they're going to need to adapt now. It's not working, and you just can't keep running into outs.
Here's the 1-1. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. Ready on 1-2. This pitch is popped up. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. We'll see Logan Morrison start things off when we come back. 8th inning coming up. It's the Braves 3 and the Phillies 2. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Jake Diekman will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7 spot in the lineup following the double switch. Jeff Mathis will also come on now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold in the order here on that double switch.
Jeff Mathis.
Now to the plate, Logan Morrison. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th.
First baseman, Logan Morrison.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. Hit out towards second. Holt has it. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
Now batting.
Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our 2 starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown 9 have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. In now is Andrelton Simmons. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. From the stretch, here's the pitch. This is on the ground over to first. Oh, and he has some trouble with it, and the effort pays off as he's able to recover and get the second out of the inning.
Right fielder, Patrick Kenny.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Patrick Kenny. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Here's the pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. And a pitch down that's swung on and sent to second base. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Braves are set down 1-2-3. They're up 3-2. Akira Valenzuela is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Akira Valenzuela.
Striding in, Brock Holt.
And you may notice the usual closer is not in the game here with the save opportunity on the table.
Yeah, he's worked a few days in a row, Matt, so we were told before the game by the skipper he wanted to avoid using him if possible. So that means they will look to close this thing out without him.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Here comes the 1-0. And he misses again. 2-0.
Well, this is the matchup they wanted, bringing in the reliever, but falling behind 2-0 doesn't exactly help the situation very much.
Now he reaches out and tries to dump this one out to left. And there's a base hit. So there you go. The possible tying run aboard here to kick off the home half of the 8th.
Now that's a big base hit. Late in the game, you're down 1. You got the leadoff guy on now. The rest of the way, it'll be interesting to me. How are they going to manufacture? Will they bunt him over to move him into scoring position? Will they hit a gapper? Let's see how they score this run. If they can possibly push him forward.
Wilson Ramos will come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out. Starts him out with a changeup for a strike. Still plenty to be desired in terms of batting average, down in the 180s entering play. 1 home run and 5 driven in. Here comes the 0-1. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Well, that puts the tying run at second and the go-ahead run at first base. If you can get that knock and get that guy in from first base, you know you've got a chance with that bullpen to hold it up.
Now at the plate, Anthony Rendon, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First delivery to him on the way. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here's the 0-1. And here's a curveball that just about got away as it misses inside for a ball. Possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out. Tapper up the line. That winds up foul for the second strike. Swing and a little blooper to center. Bonifacio ranging into the outfield. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
Center fielder, number 3. Curtis Granderson.
In is Curtis Granderson.
He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Here comes the first pitch. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Matt, that ball's right down the middle. It looked like he wasn't even going to offer at it. Some guys don't mind taking the first pitch, and they even feel comfortable when they're down 0-1.
The 0-1 pitch. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now. On the stretch. Good waist pitch. 1-2.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to take. 0-2 fastball just off the corner, and I mean just off the corner.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. 1 out with the possible tying and go-ahead runs on base here. And this one's tapped fouled at home plate. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Now another 2-2. And here's a swing and a miss, and that, folks, is a big out number 2.
It's been a really rough day for this lineup. There's really no other way to say it. Not a lot of good scoring opportunities, and when they've had them, like right now, it's just been an uphill battle for them to make anything positive happen.
Luis Avilan trots in from the bullpen here as he inherits a tough spot with 2 on and 2 away. Brandon Jordan will be his first assignment here as he'll face him with runners at first and second and 2 away. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
This is a critical point right here. Things are in danger of getting away from him a little, so we'll see how he deals with it.
A changeup that catches the corner for strike 1. Big spot. 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. Ready with the 2-2. And this is fouled back and out of play. Big spot. 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Another one sent foul. Another try at 2-2. And another pitch is hit foul as the battle continues here.
That's 4 foul balls in a row. He's battling, no doubt.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Grounded back up the middle. Simmons to his left. He's there. He'll toss it the short way to Bonifacio, and that ends the inning. Braves bullpen does their part. 9th inning coming up. Atlanta leads it 3-2. Nighttime shot of Philadelphia City Hall as we're back for the 9th inning from Citizens Bank Park. Wilson Ramos will stay in the ball game as he'll likely do the catching from here out.
Number 40, Wilson Ramos.
Ken Giles enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. In now, Christian Bethancourt. 0 for 2 with a run batted in for him thus far.
BETANCOURT.
Off we go in the 9th as the first pitch misses for ball 1. One 0 count. Here it is. And this is fouled back and out of play. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A cold strike on the inside corner. Ready on 1-2. Soft liner to the right side, and this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single. So it's an inning opening base hit, and the Braves have a man on.
Well, they came in this half inning hoping they could add some insurance to their lead. Nothing better than getting that first guy on to get things going.
Standing in now, Juan Glynn, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. No hits to this point. Ready with the 0-1, and a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. A runner at first with no outs here. 1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2. Working for the punch out and the offering. Hit hard to the right side, but foul, so we'll see if he can straighten that out. Here he comes again. 1-2. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. From the stretch. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Ready with another 2-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. This one sinks low and a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
This is a great battle on both sides. He's throwing strikes and he's fouling balls off. What's going to give?
Swing and a liner, but foul. Count is full. Here's the pitch. On pitch number 10 is the one that finally does it as he strikes out after a long battle here.
That's just a great pitch, both on the call from the catcher and the execution. If he hits it, there's a good chance it turns into a double play ball, but it's also a spot that's going to get a lot of whiffs too. That's excellent pitching.
Mario Lozano will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Mario Lozano.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one. And he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. Here's the 0-1. Lifted the other way out to left center. Granderson on the move. He gets there, and that's the second out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting, center fielder, Eric Young Jr.
Now at the plate, Eric Young Jr. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Here's the first pitch to him. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. A runner on first with 2 away. Now it's 2-0. Now a swing as he hits this one into the air. This will be foul, off to the right, out of play. Oh, textbook slider there, and he's back at even, 2-2. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out, so it remains a 1-run lead as they head in for their final set of swings. Braves strand 1, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. Timmy Big A is the man called on to close this one and earn a save in the ninth.
Timmy Big A.
Now batting, Michael Franco. 3 at-bats for him in this one, all ending with him going down on strikes. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And that misses, ball 1. Sliced hard on the ground. There to take it is Bonifacio. On to first, and that is a huge out to start the bottom of the ninth.
Left fielder, Jose Bautista.
Stepping up to the plate, Jose Bautista. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. The pitch. Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul.
Oh, he's going to want that pitch again. That ball's right down the middle in his wheelhouse. His eyes lit up. He just didn't let it travel deep enough where he could square it and keep it fair.
Here's the 1-2. Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the third time.
That's a pretty unique pitch sequence, guys. Usually pitching is all about mixing pitches and location, but he threw that ball out the window to get that strikeout. He offered the same pitch 3 times in a row, so I guess he sort of used that reverse psychology to outthink his opponent.
In now, ADRIAN BELTRE, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 now to Beltre.
Nope, that's a ball.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
1 strike.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. To his left. Johnson. Throw to first will be in time to get him. And the Braves have claimed the 4th consecutive victory here as this ball game is over.
4 wins in a row for these guys, and I'm sure they're feeling pretty good about themselves. We'll see how long they can keep this up.
Three to 2 the finish in tonight's game. Mike Minor wins his 3rd of the season, permitting only 2 hits in 6 complete innings. Timmy Big A wraps it up for the save, his 1st of the year. So that just about does it for Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
3 runs on 7 hits.